Bhagavan Shivji. He is the creator of dance and music. Therefore it was very appropriate we had beautiful dance dedicating to him and invoking his grace. And morning we had Rudrabhishekam, sanctified the atmosphere, and now we have invited Bhagavan with a beautiful dance, one from Kerala, one from Gujarat, one from Punjab. All of them are very active. I don't know from where they get so much energy. It was very energetic. Now we are going to see the Shiva Mahimna Stotram. This is very famous in North, but not that famous in the South. So it is the circumstances in which this Shiva Mahimna Stotram was composed is also very interesting. There was a Gandharva named Pushpadanta. His Dantam, teeth were like Pushpa, maybe jasmine hoga. Whatever it is, it was Pushpadanta. And he was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. But this Gandharvas, they also had to offer prayer, offer worship to Bhagavan Shivji. So what he used to do was, he used to steal flowers from the king's garden. So the king was also a great devotee of Lord Shiva. But whenever that king thought that tomorrow I will pluck the flowers and offer to Bhagavan, and when he go there to pluck flower, it is all missing from the garden. So he asked the gardeners what is happening, who is stealing our flowers, and they kept guard, but they could not find, because Gandharvas have got this power, they cannot see them. They have that particular celestial body, so you don't see them. So somebody is picking flowers, but nobody can see them. So this was reported to the king, and he was great devotee of Lord Shiva, so he sat in front of Bhagavan and prayed to him, what is the remedy for this, how to stop this person? I want to worship you with my flowers, grown in my garden, but it is not, some mysterious power is not allowing me to do so. But very sad that suddenly a thought came to him that must be Bhagavan must have prompted that thought. So he said, he's heard that do one thing, you take Nirmalyam and spread it around the garden. Nirmalyam is what you offer today, you take it out. And if somebody step on it, you are not supposed to step on it. It has to be disposed properly. So then this king did that. He instructed the gardeners to spread around Nirmalyam. And Pushpadanta, not knowing the problem, what he did was, he came as usual to pluck the flowers. But when he stepped on those Nirmalyam, what happened? His power of disappearing disappeared. So then what happened? He was visible to everybody. He was standing there, everybody caught him red-handed. And when he was caught red-handed, the king saw him, and all other gardeners, everybody saw him, soldiers saw him, and they were about to attack him, to catch him, to put him in the prison. Those days the king had all the powers. And immediately Pushpadanta thought, oh, now I am caught, what I should do. So then he composed So that is why this particular composition is considered very beautiful and very auspicious. And it is also said he composed these verses in such a way that if you know Sanskritam, you know how to break the sandhis properly, it can be addressed to Lord Shiva or it can be addressed to Vishnu also, both. So that was the beauty of Sanskritam. And afterwards, when he was blessed, he was so grateful to Bhagavan Shivji. He continued the whole story of Lord Shiva. And what are the main stories of Shiva Purana? He has extracted that and he has got his own way of depicting the story. Some of them are very humorous way. Some of them, because a devotee look at Bhagavan different angle. And if you look at Lord Shiva, Shankaracharya has written the Shivananda Lahari, there are so many incidents. He says how a devotee reacts to Bhagavan. It is depicted in different ways. There was he says in Shivananda Lahari, he said there was a devotee of Bhagavan, but what happened? He became a Buddhist because of pressure. Somebody converted him to Buddhism, and then at the same time he was a devotee of Shiva, and he cannot show to the Buddhist people that he is devoted to Shiva. So what he used to show, you go to Shivalaya, and instead of offering flower, he used to throw stones. And Shankaracharya says, even that throwing stone, you consider it is an offering to you, because his mind was with Lord Shiva. So what the action, that is not important. What is in his mind, that is very important. So that way, so this way, our Prabhupada also, different way, he looked at the same story, and you will see that as we go along. But there are some introductory verses are there, and also we will see. But in Shiva Purana, there are the Shiva Mahatmyam. So Purana, before starting any Purana, Mahatmyam is told. Like we saw in Bhagavata, the Bhagavata Mahatmyam was given in 6 chapters. It is not part of Bhagavatam, but it is part of Padma Purana. So that same way, here also before starting the Purana, there is a Mahatmya. And that Mahatmya also we should know before we enter into the study of Shiva Purana. Because when we listen to the Shastras, especially Vedantic Shastras, the qualification itself will frighten you. Viveka, Vairagya, Shabadamadhi, Sattva-sampatti, Mukshuktam. When we hear that, you start, this is not possible for us. It is not our cup of tea. So, we are young people, right? We have to worry about all these things. Dekha jayenge, and we are old, we are retired. But generally, we postpone our sadhana practices, listening to Gita, Bhagavad Gita, etc. Why? Because we think that we are not ready or we are not qualified to listen. This kind of guilt will be there. Already I have done, who don't know about me, I have done so much of sin. And there is no cure for it. I don't know how many janmam I have to take. This kind of thought comes to us most of the time. Therefore, then as a result, what happens? We postpone our spiritual practices. And for that, here in Shiva Purana, there is a worst story is given. The worst kind of story is given so that you will feel better. I'm not that bad. This is the idea. So there was a husband whose name was Binduja. That wife's name was Kankula. It's all funny names. Okay? So what happened? This was an Orthodox Brahmana, and and he used to live happily. And what happened? He happened to fall in love with a prostitute. Very beautiful girl. She fell in love with him, and he fell in love with her. And then started living, giving up his wife. The wife was also young, beautiful, but he didn't care for her. And he started living, he completely left her alone and then started living with this prostitute. Then afterwards what happened? His wife saw that his husband left me, there is no way I can live on my own. And she also found somebody and started living with him. Alright, you go there, so I will also. And this man got angry. How come you do that? He can do it, but she cannot do it. This is how our the society is. So then she confronted him. He came, started beating up her and all that. And that she said, what? You left me. I am young, and I also have some needs. So if I go with somebody, you are going with somebody. If I go with somebody, what is wrong with that? And like that, she started arguing with him. And then finally he thought that there is no way he can win the case. So he said, a compromise. No, let us have a compromise. What is the compromise? You go with somebody and you make some money, and that money you give it to me. that was the compromise. It's a good exchange program. So she said, okay. And she used to give him money, and of course, not the whole money, but some money she used to give. And he was happy about it. And then what happened? One day, this man living like this, and he started drinking, eating meat and all kinds of things. He started doing all kinds of atrocities, stealing money, putting money also. And this kind of thing started doing. All Brahmanatham is gone completely. No Sandhyavandanam, Gayatri Javam, nothing is there. No puja part, nothing. No Vedadhyayana. Everything is left. So, after some time, what happened? He died. When he died, what happened to him was he became a ghost. Because such people become Brahmarachas. He's a Brahmana, so Brahmarachas. So he become there. So, and this lady, what happened after some time, when she heard her husband died, she went on a Tirtha Yatra, and in Gokarna, he heard a Panditji reciting Shiva Purana in the temple. And she heard, and when she heard that, a lady who cheated her husband, she has to suffer in hell. And the yagana that was prescribed or given in the Purana was so torturous, and she got frightened. This is terrible. The more she thought about it, she felt shivering. And then after the discourse is over, she went to the Panditji and asked, Panditji, so please do something for me. I am so frightened about the torture that I have to go through in Naraka. According to Bhagavatam, we have 28 types of Narakas are there. Vipaka and all that kind of names are given. And they are also listed what type of sin you commit, what type of torture you have to go through. That is also given there. Everything is given. Somebody said, we are now modern time, we have invented new way of sinning and all that. You think about it, you look at this, everything is covered actually. Bhagavan Vyasa has covered everything. Ruchika Maharshi, it is given. So, she felt miserable, and then what can I do? And the Panditji said, okay, since you are repenting for your mistake, that itself is a great step towards what you call purification. Therefore, I will repeat the story for your sake. So he repeated the whole Shiva Purana to her, and And she heard the story with full attention. And after the end of the story, she became totally Vairagi, And she meditated upon Lord Shiva for a long time. And as a result, what happened was, she was enlightened. And when the time came, a Vimanam came from Shivaloka, and she was taken to Shiva Purana. And she prostrated to Lord Shiva and then Parvati. And Parvati made her her handmaid. So thus she was living there very happily in Kailas. One day she visited Shiva Parvati and she started singing in praise of Parvati Devi. Parvati Devi was very pleased with her and she asked, what boon you want? And she said, I don't know what happened to my husband. See, this is the greatness of our Bharatiya Haris. That's why our culture is so beautiful. However bad the husband is, but still the wife think about her husband only. So this is only you can see in Indian culture. Nowhere else. If this man leave you, you will say, okay, I will find somebody else. Forget about him. Move on in life, that's what they say. But there was no moving on. She is still thinking about him. He said that, I want to know where is he. So she, Devi knows, yeah, he is unfortunately in a ghost form. So, he cannot help him. Then she pleaded with Devi that we have to help him somehow to get out of this condition. A ghost means what? There is no body. He cannot stay in one place. He can see water, he cannot drink. He can see food, he cannot eat. So these are the conditions. So then Parvati Devi took pity on her and she said, okay, if he can hear Shiva Purana, somehow he can hear, then he will be released from all sins. Then how can you make him hear? Because he cannot sit in one place. So she ordered one attendant of Bhagavan Shivji. His name was Tampur. And he said, you go and sing in front of this host, Shiva Purana. Make sure that he listens to you. And it was difficult, and he went and caught hold of this ghost and tied him. And in Bhagavatam, Tuntugali was there. He was sitting in the holes of a bamboo. Yeah, he could not sit any other place. So the same way here also, he tied him and made him listen to Shiva Purana. And afterwards, a celestial body, he come out of it, celestial body, and then he also went to Shiva Puri. And both of them started living there happily. So this is the Mahatmya of the Shiva Purana. So with that introduction, we can start our Shiva Mahimna Stotram. First verse.
Mahimna param te paramavidusho yasya savrishni stutir brahmali
means Lord Shiva. Hari also here, Hara, Hari, Hara, both, Shiva and Vishnu both. Now the literal meaning is Haran karne wala, the one who steal away, take away what? Your papas. That's why Hare Rama, Rama Rama, you must have heard that. What is the translation of this mantra? It is Karisandaro, which this mantra is given. It is very famous, very purifying also in Kali Yuga. So, Hare Rama, loot Rama, loot Rama, Rama Rama, loot, loot. Loot Krishna, Krishna Krishna, loot, loot. This is the meaning. Now, what is that he loots? He loots your karma phalas. That's why all the gopis, Bhagavan was called Makkanchor, isn't it? What was he looting? All karma phalas. So the gopis, they used to milk the cow, bring them, heat them up, and then make it to what is that? This curd, and afterward churning it, and slowly they collect the butter and collect and keep. This is what we also do, is that working every day, morning go to work, and slowly earning some money, keeping it in the bank, and every month you look at the bank balance to see how much it is going up or down, you don't know. So, this is how we collect karma phala. And this karma phala become a bondage for us. If money is their problem, money is not there also problem. Both are problem only. So, these karma phalas, Bhagavan removes from you, take it away from you, steal away from you. Then you become free completely. That is the bondage in us. So that Haraha, who removes my papas, Mahimna, glory, Param, Param means limit, Param means supreme, supreme most, Avidushaha, by the one who does not know. Yeti asadrishi, if it falls short in describing your glory. So, now he says, Bhagavan, I want to praise your glory. Now when you look at the glory of Bhagavan, no words can really express the glory of Bhagavan. Because you cannot praise him. See, suppose somebody come and tell me, Swamiji, you speak like Swami Vivekananda. It is a praise, because it is not true. Isn't it? But whatever words that you can use to praise Bhagavan, it falls short. So that is what it says. In Prahlada Stuti also, you see, Prahlada wanted to describe the glory of Bhagavan. He says, how can I describe your glory? I have no idea who you are. So words fall short. So that is what is it. Himna parante parama avidushaha. Param avidushaha. Yadyasadrishi, I am unfit too, because I am avidushaha. I am not a scholar, I am not a great pandit or anything to describe your glory, because unless a person appreciates the glory, he will not be able to praise him also, even to describe him also. It is something like if you are a mathematician, you can appreciate another mathematician. Suppose you are a scientist, then you can appreciate another scientist. There is a Panchatattva story that there was a great Mahatma he was walking on the road and he suddenly get into a trance. He fell down on the road. So then what happened? A thief was coming and he saw this man lying down. Thief thought that he is a thief himself. He is pretending that he cannot run. That is why he is lying down. So he gave an advice. If you are a thief, you should know how to run. Otherwise, don't be in this profession. Like this, he gave an advice and went. And the second one came, he was a drunkard. Half bottle was in his hand, half bottle in his stomach. He was crisscrossing the road and then suddenly he saw this sadhus lying down there. He said, you had too much to drink. If you're drinking, you should know how to walk on your two legs. This is not good. So whatever left over in the bottle, he poured on his face and walked away. Third one came, he was a Mahatma. He saw the tejas on the face of this Mahatma lying down. He took him and put his head on his lap and started massaging his feet. And when this was watched by two birds in the tree, and one bird was telling to the other, only a Mahatma can recognize another Mahatma. So here also Pushpadanta says, how can I know you? How will I know you with my small mind? That's why Tuskasi also says, when he wanted to write Ramayana, Bhagavan's glory, he said, Bhagavan, it is like an attempt of the housefly trying to compete with Garuda Bakshi. This is the example he gives. How can a housefly compete with Garuda Bakshi? Then somebody said, if that is the case, why are you writing? He said, yes, that is not good because if fly doesn't fly, it will be dangerous. Somebody will kill him. So I have to fly. So therefore I have to write. There is no question about it. So here also, this Mahimna Parante Param Avidushaha Yatyas Sadrishi Studi Brahmadinamavi. So Studi praise Brahmadinamavi. So this Studi done by Brahmaji and others, that avasanna, I mean fall short. So even Brahmaji could not praise you sufficiently. See, Brahmaji was supposed to be the firstborn, directly born of Bhagavan. So this is the story you must have heard. In the beginning of creation, Brahmaji came from the navel of Bhagavan's navel lotus, and in that lotus Brahmaji appeared. This is over here. So he is the firstborn. So therefore he must be knowing Paramatma much better than anybody else, and he is Vedagarbha also. From him alone the entire Vedas have come. Therefore he must be knowing better than anybody else. But he says, Prabhupada says, even Brahmaji could not. He falls short in his words to describe your glory. Madina Mavi Tadavasanna Tui Kiraha Avasannaha Vartui. You Kiraha in speech. Ataha, and if Avachas Sarvaha Somati Parinamavati Parinamavati. For one's intellectual abilities, if one tried to sing your glory according to the limitation of our capacity. See, it is not considered a fault. Why? Because we don't know the glory of Bhagavan, but whatever little we know, we just say. Bhagavan will be pleased. Now there was a Ulana Suddhi. Ulana was a saint, great saint. He was going from one place to another place. And suddenly on the way he saw a villager. The villager was praying to Bhagavan. And the villager doesn't know the glory of God, etc. He doesn't know. So whatever language he knows, he said, "Oh Lord, you are 1,000 elephants strong," like that he was praying. And Mullah saw this. What? Bhagavan is only 1,000 elephants strong. He is much more than that. So don't pray like this. He stopped it. Then the villager also said, "But I don't know anything. Please tell me, teach me how to pray Bhagavan." So the Mullah said that he is light of all lights. Now this, and he said, "Okay, I will start praying light of all lights." This villager cannot imagine what is light of all lights. But the elephant he knows. Yes, he one elephant, he multiplied 1,000. So he can imagine mentally. Feel good also about it. But he tried to pray, as Mullah said, light of all light, light of all. He was not feeling good. And as Mullah was walking away, and suddenly he heard a voice from the heaven. He said, "Mullah, why do you disturb my devotees? Let him pray the way he wants. Why? How you talk? How you talk very lightly about me? You say light of all lights." You say, "No, I am not light alone. I am more than that." Why? Because you cannot say this is Bhagavan, because he is much more than that. If you say it's black, then you are excluding green, blue, yellow, red, etc. And you cannot say he is in this particular form, whatever other forms. You cannot say he is tree, then what about other plants? You cannot say he is this animal, then what about other animal? You cannot say he is bird, then what about other birds? So he is everything. So therefore, one cannot restrict and strictly see the problem of Pushpadanta. You want to describe the whole glory of Bhagavan. But when he tried to describe, then what happened? He see the limitations. So this is very important that when we study Shastras, so we think that intellectually we can grasp everything. My intellect I can find out. I have a rational person. And with the head-splitting argument, I can discern everything. This thought comes to us. So this is where our problem is. We have to know the limitation of our intellect. What the intellectual analysis is to make you understand that your intellect is a product of ignorance. It can go only thus far. If this appreciation is there, that is what Sugandha is depicting here, that when he looked at the glory of the Lord and he is amazed that my words are limited, my pen is limited, I will not be able to describe. But at the same time, he gave consolation, he gave that even Brahmaji cannot describe your glory. What about me? That is why, your children, little children, when they are growing up, 1 year old children, when you try to teach them some Sanskrit slokas, at that time, Vaklatunda Mahaka, like that, they misspell also, they chant wrongly also. But even then, that is a very sweet for your ears, isn't it? You take also that sloka, and then distribute to people also. See, my 1 year child is not saying like this. So why? The same way, Bhagavan is the Father. So whatever way you say, whether it is a mistake or it is correct, it doesn't matter. With now you call him or you praise him, you see his glory, that he appreciates. That is what the Purana says here. O Hara, one who takes away ignorance and its effects like sorrow, that is Hara. So all our karma phalas he takes away. And even the praise done by Brahmaji and others fall short in describing your infinite glory, then it is not surprising if this praise done by an ignorant person like me is inadequate, is describing your true nature, and if any attempt to sing your glories according to one's own intellectual abilities is perfect, then this effort of mine in singing your greatness is also flawless. So, Mahimna parante paramavitusho yadyasamsi sudip brahmadi namavi tadavasannastuigiraha tadavachat sarvaha samati parinamavadipnan vyapesha stotre hara nirapavadaha parigaraha. I should not be blamed. That is the idea. Now continuing.
Panthanam tava Mahimavamansayo Adhyavritayam Shakidamabhikante Shudirapi Sakasya Stotram Adhiraguna Tasya Vishayam Pade Parvaji
Mahima Vang Manayoho Panthanam Atita. Tava Mahimna Atita Panthanam, beyond the reach of your glory is beyond the reach of Vang Manayoho. So walk has got limitation. Walk means words. Words can take you thus far. That's why the Upanishad also to vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So mind and speech have only limitation. Why? Because there are reasons. Little Vedanta. What to do? He's telling those words. There are anatma, atma. These two words you know. Anatma is not atma. Atma means consciousness, sentient being. Anatma means inert, insentient. Now, if you look at the whole creation is inert in nature. Now, inert in nature means what? Matter. The science also agree that entire creation is nothing but matter. Matter means what? Inert. Now, world is inert, insentient, we know. Our physical body is also included in the world. Idam shariram, this world. Then our mind is also included in this world, that is means matter. Intellect is also nothing but matter. And our ego is also matter. So up to ego is what? Matter, inert, insentient thing. But you see, it is alive, working, isn't it? Since it is working, what is that giving the life to this inner, insentient things around us? That is called consciousness. We call it as Brahman, Paramatma. Now, this anatma means inert. Is also there is a two divisions are there. Subtle difference is there. One is when consciousness reflects in the mind gains alive, mind become alive, mind is enlivened. And through then what happened? The reflected consciousness, we call it a Chidabhasa or Ahankara. Riding on that Ahankara, Bhagavan see the whole world. Now what is that we have to do? I'll give an example. A full moon night. Moonlight is beautiful. You enjoy the moonlight. What a beautiful moonlight. Everybody enjoys it. But actually what is happening? Is it moonlight? Moon has no light. It is the sun reflecting in the moon. He is giving you the joy of moonlight. So while seeing the moonlight, what you have to see, I am not seeing the moonlight or enjoying the moonlight, I am enjoying the sunlight. The same way, the mind is like a moon, reflecting the sun called consciousness. When it is reflected in the mind, what is happening? It is Paramatma himself is functioning through the mind. Mind has no light, mind has no consciousness. And it is himself is seeing the world through the mind, riding on the mind. Mind is like a kanchukam, like a overcoat. So this we understand. Then the mind now being enlivened, the mind is trying to understand its source of life. That is where the problem. It will never know. And our Gurudev used to give a beautiful example. You know, a grandfather was showing the wedding photo of his to his grandchild. Suddenly the grandchild got angry with grandpa. Grandpa, I don't want to talk to you. What happened, beta? What did I do wrong? The grandchild said, you are a cheat. And the grandpa started thinking, I have cheated so many people. But I have not cheated you. You are my grandson. How can I cheat you? No. You did not take me to your wedding. How is that possible? Grandchild cannot see the grandfather's wedding. It is something like this. Our mind wants to know the source of his life, his existence itself. And therefore, it is impossible for the mind and the words to know the truth. Why? Because even in Shastras he says, Adat Vyavrutyayam Chakitam Abhidatte Sutirapi. Even Shrutis, Shruti Vakyas, they don't directly point out. They have used the word deti, not this. Shruti Vakyas are pointers. Why? Because anything becomes intimate. See, Paramatma is the most nearest to you, isn't it? Most intimate to you. Even our general emotions also become intimate to you, it's difficult to express. That's why in all Hindi movies you must have seen. So this girl and boy meet and then afterward the boy says, मुझे प्यार हो गया. And then afterwards what he's not happy saying that pyar. Then he immediately, in English he translates, I love you. So our Guru used to describe this very beautifully. If your friendship is very, very close friendship, so that's why in America everything is handshake only. You are there, I am there. But in our system, we say, you are there, I am here. Namaste. Which is also good. Especially in pandemic time, they said that was the best greeting. Hygienic. Now, as the friendship become closer and closer, what is that? You are not happy to shake it. You are not saying that namaste. What you do? You go and embrace the person. Why? The distance become closer and closer, shorter and shorter. Unless that distance, as the distance become closer and closer, you cannot express your love, intimate love. That's why there is a beautiful story. Having a storytelling. Shiva Purana Bhagavan took the avatara of Narasimha. After the avatara is over, the Narasimha, the Nara aspect of it became Nara, and Simha aspect of it became Narayana. Nara Narayana. You must have heard Nara Narayana. And they were doing tapas in Badrinath ashram. One day, both were sitting outside their kudiya. They saw a young man walking. And Nara asked Narayana, "Hey, who is this boy? Where is he going?" And said, and he meditated for some time, and then he said, "Oh, this boy is a son of a merchant, very rich boy, and he's young. He's going. In the evening, he will go to his girlfriend's house and spend the night there. He'll come back, morning he'll go to his parents' house, stay there." Then they were watching him every day. He was going, and one day when he was coming, he was very sad. So they asked, Nara asked Narayana, "Why is he today very sad?" Then he meditated, he found out that during the day, during the night, this girl asked him, this is the most difficult question to answer, "How much you love me?" See, generally the husband asks for, wife asks husband, "How much you love me?" Now they have another problem. Do you love me or your mother? No, this is a great problem. Now to please her, this boy said, "I love you more than my mother." Then she said, "Prove it." How to prove? And she demanded that if you love me so much, better than your mother, you bring her heart to me. Oh, this saddened him. He didn't know what to do. At the same time, he loved her also. He cannot give her up. He cannot tell this to his mother. So he was so sad going home. Then next day, he was coming again. So the Nara asked Narayana, "Now what happened?" So he meditated, he had a vision. He said that he was at home, he was very sad. And the mother noticed this, asked him, "What is the reason for your sorrow?" Then he finally told her, "This is my problem. I cannot give up you, or I cannot give up her also. I am having a dilemma. Dharma Sankara, what to do?" He said, "Oh, this much only, don't worry." She took one chaku, removed her heart and gave it to him. And he was carrying that heart in his hand. Only mother can do that. As he was going, he was falling down on the way. He said, "Beta, be careful." The mother is telling. And when this story is heard, Bhagavan Narayana himself, Vishnu Bhagavan himself saw the story, how mother's love is so sacred. His eyes, tears came to his eyes. And that is why he wanted to experience that divine love of mother. That is why he took birth as little Krishna. So, to experience Yashodhajika love, he wanted to experience. That is why he came. So, this is the greatness of love. So, anything that is very intimate and close, words cannot express. Finally, you give up, isn't it? Sakasya stotavyaha kati vitagnaha kasya vishayaha kasya stotavyaha. Now, how can I praise you? With what words I can praise you? Even Vedas also point out, Vedas have come from you, and that itself point out with repetition, with hesitation. And Katividaha Gunaha, how many qualities are there? And Brahman is without attributes. But when that Brahman take avatara, different forms, and that glories, if you start describing, it is infinite. Tasya Vishaya, whose object can be become Padetu. Arvachine, in this contemporary Saguna form of yours. So, in the Nirguna form of Bhagavan, so it is said in Shiva Rahasya, Shiva Purana also, what is Shiva Tattvam is given there. What is Shiva Tattvam is given, like our Shankaracharya has given Dakshina Mukti. It says, Aham Spurati. So, whether in Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Spurtatara, yet Vichrumpita, what is that Spuranam continuously in our heart? Spandanam. What is that? Aham, iti. That Aham Tattva is Shiva Tattva. Given in Shiva Purana. So, that is very difficult to explain in words. Even Vedas can only point out. That is Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. But even if you take a form, avatars, that avatara also to describe, it is not now Ramayanam, you saw Ramchandraji's story. A story part everybody know. But every action of Bhagavan Ramchandraji, what is the meaning behind it? What is the avatara, purpose of avatara is, what for he has come down. It is not killing Rakshasas, he came down. He came down to bless his devotees. Even by killing Rakshasas also it is a blessing. Yes, and at the same time, how to demonstrate to the human being how to live a righteous life. And not only that, even when the problems are going on, so difficulties are going on with human life, everybody has to go through ups and downs in life. Life is not going to be a carpenter treatment. So, up and down will be there. So, when he set himself a standard, say, even Bhagavan himself came down, he himself has to go through so many problems. So, our problems are nothing. We start comparing that. Otherwise, Bhagavan could have had a smooth life. He could have ordered that. Oh, karma, he is not bound by any karma or punya papa, etc. He is beyond that. But still, he succumbed to all those up and down in life. And he went through like an ordinary human being. And this is to demonstrate to us the greatness and how to live a virtuous life. So these are the avatara purpose. The same way, now Lord Shiva's, there are many avatars are there, Lord Shiva also. What purpose he has taken avatara and what he has done, what are the virtues he has demonstrated. These are all, if you start demonstrating or describing, there is no end. That is the point is made. Kasya stotapyaha kativita gunaha kasya vishayaha. So, in the greatness as the guna and saguna, Brahman is beyond the reach of speech and mind. The Vedas indicate through negation and say this out of fear and surprise. Whose subject of praise can the guna or saguna Brahman be? Then Buddha also said, who is there to praise you? Say one who realized the truth. There is nobody to praise you because he is only Brahman. Sarvam Brahmamayam Prere. He is only Brahman. There is nobody to praise whom? Who praises whom? So, how many qualities are there in Saguna Brahman to praise? And it is said that this people were going in the what we call rocket and establishing because now they are going to Mars, right? So as they were going, they took pictures. They could see different universes are being created. Different universes are being created. They say different universes are being dissolved. All this you can see it now because of the modern science. Now that is what within the universe itself there are so many universes are there. That is why in our Shastra, Bhagavan is said as Akhilanda Godi Brahmanda Nayaka. It is not one Brahmanda, there are crores of Brahmanda is there. Every Brahmanda has got Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara is there. So many Brahmaji, so many Vishnu, Vishwas are there. So this is the greatness of our concept of this Bhagavan. So the Guna Brahma, of course, once he becomes a Guna, even in Saguna form, also the words fall short, describe your glory. But when you appear in this beautiful form as Lord Shiva, so Lord Shiva, don't think that he has got a dress problem. He doesn't dress up properly. That is a problem. But himself is very handsome. Pura Gauram Karunavataram Samsararam Jayendraram Sada Vasantam Udayaravinde Navani Sayanam Namami. Pura is handsome, fair complexion. I don't know when most of the places Lord Shiva is depicted in blue color. Actually, he is not blue. Blue color is very Krishna. Vishnu. But our Shivji is white, fair complexion. And only his neck is a little blue. That is because he takes the poison. Otherwise, so how beautiful he is. And we will see the story. So Parvati Swanmaram comes, we will tell you the story. That time we will see how horrified people were there to look at him. Because he doesn't follow any dress codes. Whatever dress he gets, he will wear it. That is all. He doesn't worry about how I look. It's not important. One who has no body consciousness, where is the problem of look? Whose speech would not praise you out of contempt. And when that appreciation dawned on the devotee, and who will not praise you. Even if it may not be enough, but still we make an attempt. Now, the third verse he says, why I am praising you. Madhuspita, sweet like honey, vacha, where Vedas, your words are called Vedas. So Vedas have come from Bhagavan himself. It is not, our scriptures are not born of a given intellect. It is apaurusheyam. It has come from Bhagavan himself. Therefore, it doesn't suffer the defect of any given intellect, unless other religions. It is all written by somebody. However great, exalted the person may be, but he has got limitation of intellect. Whereas our Vedas have come from Bhagavan himself. Therefore, it is defect free. So, which is sweet. Madhuspita vachaha paramam amritam narmitavataha. Paramam, supreme, amritam, immortal, narmitavataha. That's why in Gopika Geetam, these gopis praise Bhagavan, saying that Bhava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. So Gopika Geetam is very beautiful. They say, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. So generally, Amrit is the one that gives you long life. But then what? It doesn't remove your sorrow. Because all devatas, you see the stories, all devatas had Amrita. They had Amrita. But then their suffering is not ended. Always they were in trouble. Every time Asura attacks and send them out of heaven, yeah, it is a problem for them. So every time up and down. Today he is a king of heaven, tomorrow he is not. Like that, he has to go through all kinds of suffering. So suffering will not go just because you have long life. Only if you have long life, you have long time to suffer. That's all. But this Gopika says, but your katha is that amritam. But if you keep on singing your glory, all my sorrows will disappear. All that Tattva-jivanam will definitely disappear. So the same way here also, these paramam amritam narmitavataha, supreme immortal narmitavataha, manifest. So you have manifested this immortal Vedas, which is like amrita. Definitely. Why? Because Vedas, we will talk about it tomorrow morning. We will introduce Upanishad. I have to talk about it. So Vedas have got this Karma Kanda and Upanishad. Both are there. So the Upanishad is the one that take you to Amritatvam. So therefore, so this Amritatvam, that is immortality, is your birthright, is your real nature, which we have forgotten. And therefore, Upanishad is the one that take you there through the methodology of teaching. So, Brahman kim vagapi suraguror vismayapadam. And kim vagapi, again he is telling that, O Supreme Brahman, kim vagapi suraguru. Vismaya Padam. Suraguru is Sura's Guru. Devata's Guru is Brihaspati. Brihaspati is supposed to be the greatest teacher. And his words also fall short of describing your glory. His words doesn't cause any wonderment, Vismaya Padam. What? He is not sufficient. His words are also not. Why? Because, see, that's what I told you. Anything that is so close, his words cannot describe. Bhagavan had 16,008 wives. Not Krishna. Now this 16,008 wives, don't think that Bhagavan took turn to visit every wife one day like that. Then what will happen by the time the 16,008 wives turn come? She must have become old. Bhagavan also would have become old. And we'll ask, who are you? She will have to say, I am your hope. It's not like that. Bhagavan divided himself, he became 16,008 Bhagavan. Everybody else full, complete. So the beauty of our scripture is there is a story value. And there is one simple thing is, one wife you are not able to keep her happy. If he was able to keep 16,008 wives happy, and in Bhagavad Gita said, Draupadi interviewed everybody and asked them, each one of them, how is your married life and all? They said, wonderful, and we don't mind taking many lives if he is our husband. So that happy they were. So, therefore, if 16,008 wives, he could make them happy. He must be Bhagavan. But leaving that apart, 16,008 different thought passes through our mind from morning till evening. Until you go to sleep. And each thought is enlivened, shown by consciousness. Every thought, behind every thought, this consciousness is there. Otherwise you are not aware of the thought. You will see that particular topic in Kanavarishan. Bodham, bodham, pratibodham, vidam, madam. That expression is there. Every thought, Bhagavan is there. So every wife, thought is a wife, gopi. So Ankana, Ankana, Antare, Madhava, 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 Antare, Ankana. Vinamangala Swami, Sri Krishna Karnamrtam, beautiful words. He described this Rasa Krida. He said that when you look at Rasa Krida from a far distance, what he see? When his attention is on Gopi, you see Gopi, Gopi in between Krishna. Then he shifts you from Gopi to Krishna. Then what happened? Krishna, Krishna in between Gopi. So this is what happened in our meditation. See, mantra is a Gopi. Mantra, mantra in between silence. That is Bhagavan. And from silence to silence you go in between Gopi. So, Rukmini was told, every 16,008 wives one day went to Bhagavan and same question they asked, how much you love us? Bhagavan is mischievous all the time. He said, he told everybody so much, I love you this much. Finally when it comes to Rukmini, he said, I love you as much I love salt. She was so bad. And all other ladies are also standing. I was like a salt. Yeah, that's salt. She felt miserable. Really felt miserable. And she doesn't talk to Bhagavan afterwards. Darwaja band. Then Bhagavan arranged a big feast. Everybody was called. And he told the chef, don't put salt. And everybody was eating. They started shouting, salt, salt, salt. Even those ladies who complained, and equally, they also asked. And Bhagavan looked at Rukmini now he said, slow down. So, this love is something that you cannot express in words the same way. Much more than intimate is Bhagavan. And how can you express in words? Even Brihaspati's words doesn't surprise you. O destroyer of Tripura, mat vedam vanim gunakatana punyena bhavataha. Now, why I am determined to compose these verses is to purify mind, Vani. Vani Shuddhi ke liye. See, our speech is called Vak Tapas. There are 3 types of tapas. One is Shariram Tapas, Vak Tapas, Manasam Tapas. So this Vak Tapas is the one that we have to observe. When you have this Vak Tapas, we can avoid so many problems in life. Because all our problems are created by our words only. Wrong words at the right time. And I read to you like this. And afterwards, now I can hear this country, sorry. That doesn't work. The person who received the insult will never work in life. That person who insulted you, he has forgotten. And you received it. Since you received it, you keep it like a treasure. So, he says, I am singing your praise, the body is thinking. So, more of it I will tell you. What is body Shuddhi? Why should we have this body Shuddhi? Also very important. Body Shuddhi doesn't mean tongue cleaner, okay? Much more than that. Let's see that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namah. Hari Om.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. What an amazing and engaging discourse we've heard tonight. Please show our appreciation one time. And please remain seated for Aarti, but those who are Mukhya Yajamans, we would like to invite you to come forward. The daily Yajamans, Anandanam, those who've signed up for Aarti, please come forward and meet Akhilaji and Madhuji there. Shankarji, Dhirenji, will you also mind coming? Shokti, please come.
Why is it sitting down?
No, I'm just waiting for them. You're good.
जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु हर शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव